but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Valentine is done here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, women every day. And Juliet, women every day, like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Blood on their hands, a serpent's breath, four shadows left in a house of death. A pack of wolves in a kangaroo court. Truth gets lost in a locked report. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. No one's innocent, but silence this loud. Frat boys swear on a broken vow. Pi Beta whisper she lied anyhow. They're gonna get you said where the cameras sink. When timelines converge, don't blink. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. No one's innocent, we'll silence this loud. Crossing on the Orient's knife, the driver's call. Grub truck Mac for the students' fall. They fed pain a name, they fed him a lie. The hangman's rope fits the one innocent guy. Oh, Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. Everyone is guilty, with silence this loud.
Good evening, my beautiful crime family, and what a beautiful evening it is again. I don't know what the weather's like been for you guys, for everybody out there, but it's been really, really nice here. And yeah, I think yesterday hit 93. This is Minnesota, folks, in May. That's pretty crazy. Let me get rid of this thing here first. It seems like this is kind of slow tonight, so we're going to see how this goes. I want to start off by letting everybody know because people have been asking and stuff. Um, we have kind of lost a mod that's really been with me since almost day one, and it's because they have other another project that they had to take on, and so natural healing will not be um, with us for quite a while. Uh, it's just going to be keeping her too busy. So we're going to miss her dearly, not just as a mod, but as a uh, but as an investigator and friend, of course. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. So I wanted to let everybody know because people have been asking about her in the chats. And yeah, it's kind of sad. She's been with us a long time and she's a great panelist and everything. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're going to take a look at the darker side a little bit tonight and discuss some things. It is Mod Monday. So I want to get some mods up here. Only mods, though, I do believe, SD. That's what it's saved for. Um, I do have open panels a lot of times on Friday nights. And maybe I'll open up a Wednesday night for that or something. Because I would like to start a night where I get people up, like from the crime family. I think that would be an awesome thing to do. I've been thinking about that for a while anyway. So, yeah, anyway. So let's get some mods up here. Randy, I'd like to get you up here. I know. Leah, whoever else. And I want to say hi to Sue Ann from Africa, South Africa, too. Anyway, I got to say hi to my crime family. Yes. Hello, Crime Spy. Good, Crime Spy. Good to see you. Electric Mama Blog. Good to see you. Valentina. Good to see you. Terry Martin, my girl. Good to see you. Yep, you can come up, Terry. Social Glow. Good to see you. Happy Hounds. Good to see you. One of Many. Good to see you. The Canadian Cat Lady. Good to see you. Leah Story, my girl, good to see you. Hoping you're coming up also. Yeah, you're back there. Yep. Jane Kendall, good to see you. Debbie Gazzardo, my girl, good to see you. Yeah, keep going here. It keeps Shadow, good to see you. Crypto Conversions, good to see you. Heather, good to see you. Rooster Possum, good to see you. Carolyn Wood, good to see you. Jackie Bushable, good to see you. Leo, good to see you. Truth and Justice, True Crime with Anna, good to see you. Tiffany, good to see you. Randy Fur, my brother, good to see you. And to everybody out there, out of the holler, good to see you. Everybody out there, good to see you. Anyway, let's bring up some people. And I'll bring up my brother. Hey, Randy, how you doing, brother?
My brother Tommy. I love that when you call me that. Thank you. Yeah, you are my brother.
Yeah,
you're mine my too, my real brother's an asshole, so you know.
Yeah, I got one of those too. So
yeah. No, he's all right. He's Mormon, so that's his problem. Oh, God, sorry, I didn't say that.
Right.
I don't want to offend anybody.
All right, we'll bring up Miss Leah Story.
Oh,
hey,
Spidey!
Leah,
hey, y'all.
Hi, Leah.
Hello, chat. Hello, Randy and Tommy. It's good to be up here.
To see you, Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll also bring up Miss Terry Martin. Hey, Terry, how you doing, girlie?
Hey, Terry.
Good. How are you guys?
Look
I'm
at
so
Terry.
Nice to see you.
Family.
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Did everybody have a great Mother's Day?
Nice day.
Did everybody have a great Mother's Day?
Yeah, I
Yes.
worked.
That's another thing I want to say. I did post a post, but I wasn't on yesterday. So happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful ladies out.
Thank you, Tommy.
Mothers.
Day late, of course.
Saw you last night, Terry.
Yeah. So anyway,
You
let's.
did. I saw you on there too, buddy.
Sorry, Tommy. Go ahead. It was a private thing, I guess. I don't know.
On the Truth Channel.
Yeah,
Roy's channel.
I saw you too, Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I was in there. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
missed that.
I don't
Were you?
talk much. Usually I'm on the TV, and you can't type. I usually watch a lot of people, and they don't know I'm watching them.
Are you a lurker?
A lurker.
Right, I'm a lurker. Right. Well, so I want to. Well, you know what? The first thing I want to show you is, that footage of that new footage, and I ran a show on it where the car is coming, the white Elantra, right? It's supposed to be Brian Kohlberger's.
The
Right
green
there.
one.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, well,
The
I took a
green.
snapshot of that. Let me see if I can get this here. So I'm gonna want to show you a couple different things, and this is one of them. Now let's take a look at this. Is it coming across there? Why is it? There it is. So, okay. Can anybody see what's wrong with this at all? Let's say you're the defense. How would you attack this picture?
What is it?
Yes, you can't make it out. The light.
What is it? I think it's a car on
You're
fire.
in the car with the headlights. You can't make it out because of the headlights.
But there's something very telling in this. There's something very, very telling in this picture.
The windows?
This is off the video that just came out where the car is coming up there and then it turns around and goes. This is off of that video, that footage.
Well,
What would you
looks
do
like
if
it's
you
white.
were the defense?
I don't know. Is it the back side? What is it?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's turning in or turning out.
Okay, now let me show you. Now let me show you this picture.
Okay.
Just to help you out here. Why is that search button right in my way? Okay, there you go. I'm going to show you this. Well, here I can do it just like this. I think, just to show you. I think I can do it this way. I can do it. Yes. It's really acting slow tonight. It sucks.
That's fine.
It really is. Okay. That's not the right thing. Okay. I'll get there.
Okay.
But it's going to be worth it at the end. It's going to be worth it at the end.
I hope. Because I still think it's a UFO.
Let me see. Where is this?
Stop.
Where did it go? What the hell? Let me see what happens when. Okay, let me. This is what I gotta do.
Moon's backstage, by the way, Tommy.
No.
Moonflower. Don't get frustrated, Tommy.
Okay, all of a sudden it's saying site can't be reached. Okay, great. Okay.
Figures.
Let me see if I can do this a different way.
Luna, don't drown yourself. Oops,
You had
sorry.
a lime green Slurpee today. Yum.
Lime green Slurpee.
What
Did
is
it
it, Paco?
did did it look white under the lights?
I don't know. Was
Look. Oh my God. Tommy just went bye-bye.
is it on fire?
I wonder if he got knocked off by the internet.
You mean for showing a picture or something? No.
I got kicked off the Pascal show the other day. Oh well.
Really? For
Yeah.
what?
Because I kept saying, please read from the documents, because the documents, as we all know, are a bunch of bull. But none of the Gelters ever read anything document wise. And even somebody even said he never reads the documents. I'm like, okay.
Pascal? Pascal?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he followed this case.
I didn't either. But apparently he was the first.
Sometimes he does, yeah.
Yeah, he was playing all. I mean, it was bad. I mean, oh. I was like, this is the, I can't even, if they wouldn't have kicked me off, I would have gone off.
There you are.
There's that handsome man,
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
Jude.
Oh God. Okay, so I can do this now. I do believe.
And don't forget Moonflower.
This computer is just—it's. I don't know if it's a connection or what it is, but it is acting messed up. There we go. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, there's two things. There's actually two things. There's a. Oh my God. What?
I know. Exactly, Canadian cat lady. I just wanted him to read it so everybody realized how much it doesn't make sense.
What the hell is going on? I don't get it, man. Oh,
Paco, he was on Jay for, yeah, all those guys. None of them read documents. None of them read anything that shows that this is a joke.
What'd you think about the special the other night?
I didn't
didn't.
watch it.
I didn't watch it.
Really? You really should. Makes
Why?
you, well, because it makes you really think it's really going one way or the other, and how much of the stuff did they make up?
Hmm.
I mean, and then they, oh well, we'll show you this picture, but it's 83%. We couldn't enlarge it more. Blah blah blah. You know.
You know,
you
I
know,
had a Dago put up a, what do you call those things? The little thing, like, you know, you put, did you watch it? And then you put yes or no.
Right.
And like 33% of the people that were watching his show, and it was, there were a lot of people on there watching,
yeah.
and like 67% didn't watch it, which shows me that they're out there blowing steam, you know, lies and everything else to the people that don't watch YouTube. And YouTube knows that they're all doing that. So we're just like, man. But those people don't know what we're saying. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's
Totally
a double.
agreed.
So basically what they're hearing is exactly what they are supposed to be hearing according to the narrative.
I am an old guy that believes in listening to both sides of the story and everything else, but that I thought that was a sham. And I watched it mostly because so many of the people that I do follow had said it was probably going to be a hit piece, and it was. It was. It
Mm-hmm.
was. My question is, how are they going about it, or how are they doing it? What's going on behind the scenes? So, I'm not going to find that out unless I watch the other side sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I get
Now,
that.
granted, I don't follow T Rev anymore because he was an asshole, and I
Mm-hmm.
started way back when with
Yeah.
T Rev. I was a mod for him,
Oh
Why did we
wow.
watch him?
huh?
Why did we used to watch him?
I
He
don't
used to
know.
do Idaho. He
But
really did Idaho.
I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
he was
He
doing
had
Idaho.
Colin's show on there, and
Yeah. I'm just working at first, but then all next thing I know, he made me mod. Next thing I know, he's calling me a traitor and an asshole. And I'm like,
we
because
are.
I was questioning some of the things going
Teasing.
on his channel.
I'm
You know,
teasing you.
so, but there's a lot of people I follow. Of course, I follow Tommy the most because he's my man. But you know, you got to listen to what some other people say. I don't follow guilters. I mean, I don't watch Drunk Turkey Show. I can't stand that show. I
they're
can't.
hard to deal with.
Oh my God.
Well, it gets frustrating because the truth. I mean, at least we weren't there. We don't know the truth, so I can't say that we know the truth. But what I can say is that we know what they're saying is not the truth.
Yeah, then the narrative doesn't fit.
Right?
No, just
Exactly.
doesn't fit. Exactly rightly. What do we think about? I don't know why I'm bringing up other people. What do we think about Circus?
What happened to Crime Circus?
I don't know. He just started slowing down. Like maybe every 4 or 5 weeks now he has something come out. I think he's really worried for his well-being. There's Tommy.
I don't even know who he is.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't start slowing down until I bring up StreamYard. So that tells me a lot. Everything's just all good. I went and rebooted the modem, did all that shit. I come in and it's acting really good. And then I go to StreamYard and it slows right down.
When do we get to use another app other than StreamYard? I'm going to invent another app.
Well, there's other ones out there. Yeah, and I pay good money. This is not the free version. I pay money for this shit.
Oh, really?
You guys, I'm working on something right now that's going to help every podcaster do things so much easier and get so much more stuff out there in a faster rate. But just bear with me, and when I get it together, then we can have a meeting and we can kind of look at it.
That sounds like a money maker.
I don't know about. Well, I mean, I hope, but
What was that car?
But at the time, right now, I'm still working on it.
Good for you, Terry. What was that car, Tommy? You threw a car up there.
I still want to see the UFO. We back up there.
That was a 2015 Elantra. And
stop, Terry.
I'm sorry.
And then it's so weird. What total bullshit.
Still not getting it, Tommy.
What the fuck? Anyway. Oh my God.
Who the hell is?
I don't believe this.
I thought
This is
Moonlight
unreal.
was
I've never seen it.
Yeah, Moonflower.
Moonflower. I'm sorry.
She was backstage.
Moonlight. Oh, God.
She might come back. She got tired of waiting, I think.
Oh. Well, Tommy's having a little trouble tonight. There's a picture.
Yeah, anyway, so there's a picture. There's a 2015. Now, try to remember what this looks like before I bring up that other picture. All right? Take a good look at it.
Take a good look.
Because this is important. Family, take a good look at this picture.
We got
This
a
is a
sunroof.
2015 Elantra.
There's sunroof.
Okay.
We got those kind of wheels.
No.
Can't you
Okay,
do
I'm
it
going to
side
bring
by
up that
side?
other picture. I tried to bring that up, and it wouldn't let me, so I just said, screw it.
Yeah, if it's going to screw you again, don't do it.
Okay. So it should be coming here in a, yeah, it usually pops just like that, but it's taking its time. Okay, so from that other picture, take a look at this picture, and
No sunroof.
what do you see?
No sunroof. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. No sunroof.
I know the
Well,
back.
yeah,
This is
back
it didn't
smaller
have a
car.
sunroof. It didn't have a sunroof.
Like,
back-
I'm confused.
That's a coupe, people. That's not a sedan. That's
Thank
a
you.
coupe.
That's what I was thinking.
You
Is
see,
it
it doesn't
little
have
car.
that little angle right there. You see
Yeah.
that? That's
Yeah,
a
it looks
fucking coupe. There's no
shorter.
4 doors. That's a fucking coupe.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah.
That's why I was trying to figure
Bam!
out which slide we were looking at.
Bam!
I see.
Yeah.
I should have figured that out from
That
looking
is
at the
not
first
Brian
time.
Kohlberger's car.
These cops are idiots.
Tiny.
The
How
state
can they
is
say that?
in
How
trouble.
can they say that this is Kohlberger's car?
Bam.
That's their biggest trouble right there. That picture. That's their biggest trouble. Is that whole thing where they're saying that's Brian Kohlberger's car, because it is not. It is not Brian Kohlberger's car.
Correct.
Well, I wonder if this
Case
FBI expert,
dismissed.
check out all these pictures now. I'm sure he saw all these pictures.
Yes,
The one-
yes, Willie. Yes, that's from that footage. That is not. This is a coupe. You can tell it's a coupe, people. There's no 4 doors here, and it doesn't have that little. And I could even show you how this is different right here. It's totally different. And this is a coupe. It's not a 4-door sedan. And that's huge. That's just totally huge. And how they can even say that. How they can even say that is, it just blows my mind.
Right.
Explanations, anybody? You have the FBI, you have police department looking at this footage, and they couldn't figure that out.
I want to know how they can see whoever's driving the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what people are saying out there. Cryptic says, can't tell from that pic. I can tell there's no 4 doors there.
Well, can you show it? Put it back up and exactly show why you say that. Point to it.
Okay. Well, for one thing, I'll bring up the other one again. I mean, they're easy to see if it's a
Yeah.
4-door sedan.
Can you put them next to each other?
Let me see if I can do that. I might have to do something different here. I had it lined up to do that, but it's not letting me do it. So it's like, what the hell?
Just show the other picture again. I think we can see the difference.
I'm sorry. Did I say you were a guy,
Okay.
Kristen? I apologize.
I'm a girl.
I know. Oh, I thought you were just. Or isn't that the name of a song too? I don't know. But anyway, if I said that you weren't, if I called you a he or a him, I apologize. My bad.
Yeah, I always try to keep it I don't know who's a girl and who's a guy. Sometimes it's
Well, it's
crazy.
hard. Hi, Mark and Betty. Look, I have
I usually look at their the
uh
Beatles. The
yeah,
Beatles.
I have English.
Showing my age. My favorite band.
You dress like me tonight, Terry.
Okay, so maybe I
I
can.
went
Just
to dinner.
t-shirt.
That won't work
I,
that way
I went to
either.
dinner, was dressed
Okay,
up for Mother's Day,
so
came home and
I
threw
don't
on a
want to show
pillow
myself
picture.
on camera. I feel like I look awful today.
Oh,
I'm,
you always look adorable.
you
No.
do. She's always smiling and stuff.
I know.
I've been told about that my whole life is my smile.
That's great.
Yeah.
I've never been told that about mine, but hold on. Let me go get my dentures. I'll put them in and see. Hey, puppy. Where'd you come from?
Wait, what is Truth Nation? What?
Truth Nation.
Today?
Truth Nation, that's Willie.
Oh, okay. Today
Is
Today's
it?
music
blow
blow
a
a
bag of
bag.
dicks or ducks. I'm sorry.
Where's it at? And why isn't this? Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry, folks. The StreamYard is really, really struggling. Um, it's not sharing what I want to share. It's acting really crazy. I'm going to try it again here. Oh, now that is gone. Oh, that is just fucked up. Okay.
Did you see that picture
Oh,
of Dylan's
boy.
hair?
Mm-mm.
Nobody saw that today.
No, not me.
If you go to that main picture that we see that was taken the night
No, what's the deal about that?
the night before the game, there's the picture of the six of them. And sometimes Dylan and Bethany are blurred out because they survived. But if you go to it where it shows them, look at Dylan's hair up above her head. There's a strip of her hair that is literally it's like a ghost holding it up. It's the strangest thing. Now, my wife said, well, Maddie, who's sitting on Kaylee's shoulders, could have lifted her hand and flicked it up, but it doesn't look like it because it looks like it's just hanging in the air. It's
I
very,
who took it.
very weird. Yeah, I've always wondered that too. Who took that picture?
Seems like we knew in the beginning, and even said the girl was
no,
mad.
I don't think it's ever been. I don't think it's.
I don't think so.
What's that, Tommy?
I've never heard of who that was. I've never heard of who that was.
The chat saying it's photoshopped, Randy.
Really?
Okay, let me.
Well, they
there's more
changed
Photoshop
them because
shit
you
going
can't
on
find
too.
a single picture from any channel that doesn't show the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
I mean, it was Photoshop. Somebody would have the original. I looked through a ton of channels that had that picture, and I don't see change. It's like it was always there. That just gives me the creeps. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There it is. Yes. Now that's totally different car, Tommy.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
So that's a 2015. That's a total. It's a total different car.
Right.
I mean, it's a
Four
total
doors,
different fucking car. I mean, it's really easy to see. It's really easy to see. The doors aren't great big long doors. No, it cuts off about like here.
Right.
It's a way shorter. It's a coupe. It's a sport coupe.
Is the state
and that's what
saying
they're trying
that
to say is Ryan Kohlberger's car?
The state is saying that?
Yes. That's what. Yes.
Go back to law school. Yes. You guys suck. Damn.
I mean, that's crazy. It's not. And I'll show the other picture again. Let me see. Make sure I X this one out. And share screen. Oh, Christ. What the fuck? Unreal. What's going on with this? And it's all StreamYard.
Yep.
I wonder if
Maybe
anybody
Terry-
else is having problems tonight.
Oh, Terry needs the link to get back up there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she dropped.
Okay. That's why it's there.
It's dropped and she can't get up.
Yeah, she fell and she can't get up.
Oh, they're slow.
Oh.
Don't lean back in your chair like that, Terry. Go too far, you fall down.
I hope Moonflower comes back.
Yeah,
Right.
she just kind of gave a bye and.
Yeah, Moon should come up. Okay, so this should be coming up here pretty shortly here.
Yeah, there we go. Is this the same picture?
Okay.
Of this little strippy
Yeah,
car?
and you don't see.
No
And
way.
you look at there's no little deal that goes like that. It's just totally different right here too. The door, there is no door back here. It's already going down. There is no door right here. That's where the tire is. That is cool. That is not Brian Kohlberger's car. What is your opinion on that, you guys?
I think it's a small car. It's not a sedan. It's not 4-door. You could tell it's only 2-door, right? You can even tell that in the picture.
Yeah. Pretty easy to look. Pretty easy to see. Yeah, no, let me
Sitting here talking
look and
with
make
my
sure
mute on.
it's out of here. This could be that could have been causing problems too. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now I gotta send a link. Okay. And there's the link, Terry. And Moonflower, if you want to come up, Moon. Then I'm going to present just a little short film I made up. But that's a major thing to me. That's going to get slammed in the prosecution's face. That's one of their main things is that Brian Kohlberger was driving by right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's a main fucking thing.
So many pictures out of the videos that they just came out with are showing that's not his car. You know, whether it's the green Elantra or the, you know, it's a sedan, not a sedan or something. It's just they're digging themselves a hole, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm trying to look what people were saying, but I'm kind of lost here. I was wondering how they okay, so anyway, I want to share this video file.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the video of the cars that go by because
Mhm.
why will they refuse to do that?
Okay, here we go.
And compare it to Brian.
I hope it works okay.
Hey, Outcast.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You guys should go watch him. He's awesome.
Oh,
was
yeah.
just a
I love
feeling of
Outcast.
horror.
I go
It
there
was
when I get a
heartbreaking to watch
chance. When
because
I
We
Mhm.
knew how
Not
the story
working.
ended.
It was 6 hours long. You first see Tim just wobbling. You can tell that the alcohol has hit him. He goes towards the door. It's trying to open the front door, and he can't. He finds another door, and it's the basement door. He falls down those 15 stairs.
Then you see a squad of brothers sort of carrying him out of that staircase and depositing him on a sofa in the great hall. Some of them were trying to get a reaction from him, slapping his face, trying to get him to come to, throwing a shoe at him.
He can't move, he can't get himself up, and the whole party was still going on around him.
What is this from?
The hardest part of the tapes was that interval from 1:30, 2 a.m. till 6 or 7 a.m. Tim is largely alone in the Great Hall for who knows what reason. It invariably ended with another fall to the ground.
We knew that he was in excruciating pain, all by himself. He was alone. Like, was he wanting us? Was he thinking about us?
Yeah.
Sometime
that stuff.
around 7 a.m., he took another bad spill down those steps. That's where he was ultimately found that morning. I don't think there was any more illusion that he was just sleeping it off, because he was showing signs of severe distress. And you knew that the brothers knew that too, because that's when the investigation shows that there were Google searches for what's it mean when a drunk person has cold fingers, stuff like that.
Instead of getting him help at this point even, they try to dress him, but are having a hard time because of how stiff he is. They then are, telling the pledges they have to start cleaning. They're doing all this because they're getting ready to call the ambulance.
At this point, I'm telling all the fraternity brothers, I'm like, he's having a seizure, call the ambulance, we need to get help. Two of the guys said, no, it's fine, he's sleeping, he's just passed out of exhaustion, don't worry, we're EMTs. They reassured me that they were, medical professionals. Once Matt was snoring, they pulled us out of the water, gave us a sweater, and had us sit on this couch. But with whatever energy I did have, I was saying, I think we should call an ambulance. But they let Matthew sleep there for about an hour. I was next to him, his head was on my lap, and I was going in and out of sleep. I was trying to stay as awake as much as I could to monitor him. But that's when he started to bleed out of his mouth. At that point, I said, guys, he's bleeding out of his mouth, he's dying. While he's bleeding out of his mouth, I'm doing CPR on him. And finally, they called 911. When the EMTs got there, they went right to work and took over. But I saw them working frantically to keep him alive, and I knew he wasn't going to make it. Just the look on the emergency workers' faces and how scared they were. We got the call with the news that Matthew had died. Ultimately, what Matthew died from was hypothermia and water intoxication. I called his mother, Debbie, and gave her the news that her son had passed away. That was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life.
What happened legally? Did anybody go to jail?
I believe 4 of the fraternity members ended up going to jail. One of them receiving a year for involuntary manslaughter, and I believe the other one's getting 6 months. So people did go to jail.
What impact did his mom have pushing forward legislation?
Matthew's mother, Debbie, did a lot of work on Capitol Hill, and there's now laws called Matthew's Laws, and they deal with hazing, and now it's a felony to to participate in hazing. It haunts me still to this day that if I would have got up and walked out or grabbed Matt and walked out, he would be alive today.
Can I say something?
Don't let Matthew's story be in vain. I have a brother, he's college age. We have to stand up to this kind of thing. You have to be the one to take that step, to realize that you are just in somebody else's game and to refuse to play along, because no game is worth a life. I'm Charlie Behrens, and until next time, this is The Dark Side Up.
This video discusses hazing and alcohol-related death. Viewer discretion is advised. Sam Martinez was only 19 years old, pledging a fraternity, and dead within his first semester of college. In 2019, Sam was a freshman at Washington State University. He had just joined Alpha Tau Omega on Big Little Night. He and other pledges were each given nearly a half gallon of rum and told to finish it. Sam drank a lot. He became unresponsive, but instead of calling for help, they left him on a couch. He died overnight. The official cause? Acute alcohol poisoning. Nobody called 911 until the next morning. 11 students were charged, but all with misdemeanors. Not one of them served jail time. And the fraternity? Suspended. Not banned, not disbanded, just suspended. His parents, Jolene and Hector, turned their grief into action. They pushed for Sam's Law in Washington State. Now schools have to publicly report hazing incidents, and they helped push Congress to introduce the Stop Campus Hazing Act, because they knew that this just wasn't about Sam. It's about the next kid, the next couch, the next morning. Parents, don't wait until it's your child. Demand full transparency from each and every college you trust with your kids, and ask them, what's your hazing policy? How many incidents have happened here? How are students being protected? Because the silence that killed Sam is still happening on campuses across the country. As a survivor of hazing, I live to help really protect others from this deadly practice. Follow me here on my YouTube channel, and join and subscribe at Cultured Unplugged for more stories like Sam's and what we can do to stop and help end this deadly practice for good. Let's get it unplugged. This video discusses hazing. Viewer discretion is advised. Washington State University is back in the headlines after another hazing fraternity suspended, and this time the allegations are disturbing. In January 2025, WSU officially suspended the Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity after a months-long investigation. The findings? Hazing, physical harm, alcohol abuse, and reckless behavior involving drugs like marijuana. This comes just months after a court ruled WSU partially liable for the 2019 hazing death of freshman Sam. Sam was just 19 years old when he was forced to drink a whole bottle of vodka at a frat event. He died later from alcohol poisoning. Since then, his parents have become fierce advocates, pushing for reform, prevention, and truth. Their efforts led to the passing of Sam's Law in Washington State. The law requires colleges to publicly report hazing and educate students on the risks. Since 2018, though, Washington has reported over 20 hazing incidents across college campuses. WSU's recent case proves that even with new laws, some organizations still believe they're above accountability. This isn't just a WSU problem, it's a national epidemic. This is why we built Cultured Unplugged, to expose the truth, protect students, and honor the voices of those who were silenced. If you're a survivor or a parent or just someone who wants to end, follow us, share this video, and visit our YouTube for the full story. And if you're rushing a frat this semester, ask what they're hiding, because hazing only survives in silence, and that's the silence that ends with us. Let's end hazing together. This video discusses hazing. Viewer discretion is advised. So you've heard Caleb Wilson's name. You know he died at a hazing ritual at Southern University at the Beta Sigma chapter of Omega Psi Phi. But what you might not know is what lawmakers are doing now. Louisiana just introduced the Caleb Wilson Act. It's a new law that would basically make anti-hazing education mandatory for students. It's called House Bill 279. And here's what it says. Starting August 2025, every freshman in Louisiana must complete a 1-credit-hour anti-hazing course. Same goes for anyone joining a fraternity, athletic team, or band. They
Thank
have
you.
to take that course
Can you
in their
stop that
first
for
2
1 second?
semesters. It's being promoted as a
Tommy,
big step forward. And on the surface,
Tommy?
it is. But here's what lawmakers didn't
this
say.
is very
Caleb's
important.
I can't
parents
stop it.
weren't even asked.
Okay.
They
Yeah, I
didn't
know
get
it
a
is,
full
but
oversight. That's a system
I
oversight. That's a system
can't
trying
stop
to
it.
fix itself without
It's a
facing
loaded
the
file.
ways it failed.
That's okay.
So
When
here's
we
what you
get
need
back,
to take
I
from
want to
this.
talk about
Policy
something.
doesn't equal prevention.
Yep, that's
Laws
why I
need
ran
intention,
these
still need
videos.
accountability.
Yeah.
And families
This
deserve to be
absolutely
included, not tokenized.
not
Parents,
included.
ask your
People
your
need to know
child's school today,
what
what's
is
your
that.
hazing prevention plan? Is it required or optional? And how do you hold student groups accountable? Because those conversations shouldn't begin with a headline, and they damn sure shouldn't end with a
Is it stopped? Or no. I don't know.
See what you did?
I know. I don't want to say anything because I'm afraid that it's going to start again.
Well, Tommy's not talking, so it's probably
So
StreamYard.
All right. So
It's so
Oh.
quiet.
I was gonna say, so how's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Can I
I feel-
talk or I'm
feel
scared?
Yeah, I'd go ahead and start.
Okay. Do you guys realize that everything that we have been watching, they keep throwing up fraternities? Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I get it. I understand it now. That I mean, our kids are completely different kids than we were. Okay. I'm embarrassed to say that. Okay. Because I thought I was a good parent, and I said something to my daughter. She's like, "Oh no, we would probably." The stuff that they would ignore are the things that we are like, "What?" Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Uh-huh.
And everything. I was in the Greek system. I never saw a thing that these people are saying happened. Okay, and I went to one of the biggest schools that there was with Greeks. But I also dated a football player. And I think about Latina, you said, no, I'm not quite understanding this. No one is special going to those universities. They all pay the same price. I'm assuming that you think, I don't really understand that. I mean, if you're saying that just everybody there goes and pays the same price, that's not true. Because
Yeah, I didn't think so either when he said that.
no.
Or she said, whoever.
No, I thought it was all the same price.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately, people go on scholarships. I mean, not unfortunate, but I mean, think about it. You go on scholarships, right? So that's not the same price.
Mm-hmm.
If you're there on a scholarship and your next door neighbor isn't, if you're there to play football and they drafted you, you might be there for free.
Oh, okay.
I got in my college because of a letter that one of my teachers wrote to the head of the college, and I certainly didn't get in for free. It was a very expensive college, but I got in for less
Right.
than other people, and I knew that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And
It wasn't like a scholarship. It was just, okay, we think you're pretty good, so we're going to give you a
they
little
recommend
money off.
it was a good college, and it was probably a very expensive college, and so they were doing you a favor of writing a letter of rec. Am I correct?
Right. Okay. Absolutely.
And I think that's awesome, Randy. I never would have written that about you, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm teasing you. You know that.
Well, it didn't matter
You know,
After a year, I quit anyway, so it didn't help.
maybe I'm glad I didn't. No, I'm teasing. But where I'm
Yeah.
going with this, people are draft. We just got done with the college draft. People, these kids were in college, probably paying nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
And they
these
were being
football guys especially. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got baseball, you have golf, you have bowling, you have. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, your grades. I mean, whatever it is. No, these people are not all paying the same amount of money to go to
No.
college. I mean, now maybe there's the same amount of money that it's supposed to cost, but that doesn't mean that's what they're paying.
Well, if you use the word scholarship, that could be from one college to the next. That could be a totally different amount of money, you know?
Right.
Well, a $10,000 scholarship to go to Berkeley College of Music, or you know,
Or music.
$20,000.
That's another one right there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's just so many different ways you can go to college and not have to pay what other people are paying. But
I wish I could just shut that shit down.
we have a good conversation going.
Well, it's certainly shutting you down.
Yeah. But where we're going with
Tommy.
this is that they kept showing.
Okay. Yeah. You guys having a good discussion, I hope, while I was gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it. We are having good. Well, first we were talking about because of Tina.
Yeah. What was it you wanted to say, Terry?
Oh, I wanted to say that first of all, I do not know what's going on in the sororities or fraternities, except for what I hear from my friends, because I was big time into the Greek world, and my friends' kids, you know, are still there. So I hear from them, but they're not going to, I don't know. I know for a fact it's had to have changed. Okay. So I'm not taking up for this. Okay. But what angers me is that everything is about sororities and fraternities until we got to that last one. And then he started to talk about organizations, athletics.
Right.
Do you realize how bad athletes haze young athletes? Worse than you can imagine. I dated a football player. It's horrid.
Yeah,
They
I
make
agree.
them.
And there, you know, the thing is that there is a dark side going on, and I know, like, even Rory felt it, and others have said the same thing. There's something dark about this case, and you know, does it? I'm just asking, does it go to the fraternities? And are they starting ritual stuff? Which I know Birdie and I are going to be doing a show on this whole ritual thing. But the more you look into these cases across the United States, you start seeing that they are doing ritual kind of things, and it's kind of a scary thing, and so they almost have like this double thing. If they're in these sororities or fraternities, there's almost this double thing that they cannot talk. You're not supposed to say anything in Greek life. You're not supposed to say anything in whatever kind of ritual, whatever kind of organization is behind that. You know what I'm saying? There's shit going on that we don't know.
You cannot blame it all on the frats. Look at what we just talked about earlier in the same case about the football players beating up. Look at the kid, Timmy.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly. But you can't just blame it on the frats. No. But if they're the ones that are committing the crimes, but they're being groomed. They're being groomed by
I was almost
above.
paid by a football player that was a roommate of my boyfriend. He went to the grocery store. Do you know who Andy Locke is? Drew Locke's dad. Andy is a very good friend of mine, and he was a roommate too. He saved me from having that happen. Okay, he just passed 2 weeks ago. But Drew Locke he's an NFL football player. But I figured you know that he was drafted as the Broncos, and now he
Broncos,
for
yeah.
the 49ers or something. Not 49ers, but the I don't know, wherever Tom Brady played forever. What's that called?
The Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots. That's it. I'm a Chiefs fan. What do I know? But anyway,
Chiefs.
I mean, there's
yeah. But where I'm going with this is that
there's dark things going on.
It's going on, and it's going on against women
all over the United States.
Yeah. And it's not just
Shadow saying here, what about the girl who Shadow saying here, what about the girl who was not escorted by a chapter girl? The girl fell out a window, which she thought was a door.
Where's that at?
I mean, it's
what's a chapter girl?
Brainwashed.
A sorority.
Oh, okay.
Sorority
Just
girl.
a spiffed up name, huh?
What we were talking about earlier in chat about Penn State, we got, and I live very close to Penn State. We got a Harrisburg campus 2 miles from my house, but Penn State's got some nasty stuff going on.
Right.
Isn't that a big hospital?
It does. Yeah.
Hospital college?
Hospital?
I thought it was, but maybe I'm wrong.
That's funny. I don't know. I actually don't know, like, what their, like, kind
the
of
hockey team
specialty is.
Was it, no, not the hockey team, the lacrosse team or something? What college had the whole team? Do you remember what I'm talking about? It was Pennsylvania, I thought. I thought it was Penn State. It was a few years back, not too long. But anyway, bottom line is, where we're going with this is that I get very angry when everything is pointed towards the frats, okay? You'd be surprised that just because you have 1 or 2 bad apples doesn't mean you have a bad house, okay? Mm-hmm. Just because you have
but Terry, that is the problem though, because you get 1 or 2, they start especially if they're leaders. If they are leaders, they will convince others to go along with them. And
I agree.
That's where the problem lies.
But it's happening. But what I'm trying to say is, it's happening not just in the frats. Okay, in my opinion, from what I saw, the athletes were way worse. And I hear Lana talk all the time. I would never let my child go into a frat.
But aren't
sorority.
most of the athletes
I'm like, what are you talking about?
They're part of frats. Most of the athletes are part of frats.
A lot of them are, but most of them are not.
Well, isn't there a rule that I think if you're in sports, can you be in a frat?
You can be in a frat, but it's not that often, and I'll tell you why. The reason being is because they
don't get along so well.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's really not that. It's just that they have to practice so much that they miss out on a lot, and it's just not worth it. They miss a lot of the fun stuff.
But if you think socially, if you think socially in colleges and stuff, and in a kind of school, if you think about it socially, if you have them separated, sports people, and then you have your frats, the sports people in colleges were recruited, which makes a big difference.
Right.
And they were recruited not for their brains, but for what they can do in sports. Then you have the people in the frats. They're the more intelligent, the more intelligent ones. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it causes a rift between them. And what I'm saying is, in these frats, these are very intelligent people that could devise very nasty plans if they're evil. If they have an evil mind, evil intentions, they can make a master plan and have half the frats involved.
But your athletes are bullies.
Right, like
yes,
that.
I agree. I'm not going against it, Terry.
They treat others like that. I remember walking into a party.
Frats are bullies too, aren't
but they will. But Terry, they won't plan a quadruple murder.
I think frats are on
You see what I'm
bullies toward
saying?
themselves, Leah.
And they won't
You know what I
plan
mean?
and have it so
How do you know that?
and
They
have
live
it then
together.
it has to
They
be
live
somebody
together.
very intelligent, no blood, no DNA, no. I don't see that happen with athletes. I just don't see it happening. And they're
I
there
went
for
to a
football.
lot of
They're there
fraternity parties,
and for basketball. But the fraternities, I'm telling you,
I'm just telling you
you
right
got
now
people.
that
You
you're
got people that are very,
misleading.
very intelligent.
All
But
right,
it's just
can I?
misleading. If you're going to talk about one, you need to talk about all of them. That's all
All right,
I'm saying. I
can I
did not.
interrupt?
Well, yeah,
Settle
but
you
we're
guys.
not here. We're not hearing of the athletes dying.
How about the athletes beating up that one kid, like 50
Yeah,
of them,
exactly.
with a pipe and stuff like that? So I tend to
Right.
see what he's talking
That's more
about.
their style.
Yeah.
That's more their style.
Yeah.
But you think
thug-like.
that. But
But
you
I
think
think the
not all
frats,
dumb. Look at quarterbacks.
the frats
but
are
one
beating up on each other. I think
right
the
there,
frats
one.
are beating up on
You're
each other than they are, oh, I'm going to go beat up an athlete or whatever. No, they've got their own, as Tom said, like rituals or whatever within their stuff, and they don't deal with each other. Maybe they don't really deal with each other. The athletes got their own thing, especially if they're not in frats, and the frat boys got their things going because they're not involved in athletes.
When I was in college,
Right.
I worked at a bar. I was a waitress. My boyfriend happened to go to high school with these guys. It was the baseball team. I remember saying to them, "Can you please pay?" They wouldn't pay. I served them their drinks. They wouldn't pay. My boyfriend just happened to be there. Okay. He was just there drinking. He wasn't working. He wasn't doing anything different. They would not pay. Finally, I said, "Jeff, they were not going to pay. I know you know them because I saw you talking to them. It's like a group of 8 baseball players from Mizzou." He said, "Just pay the bill." They jumped him literally and started beating the crap out of him.
Thug style. Exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. And
what happened to Katie? If
one of many says it a lot. One of many, oath of silence. Now that's something the athletes don't have. Trust me, I'm an athlete. I know they just want to play sports, but if someone fucks around with them, they're gonna go in thug style, just like when they beat up that frat boy. It was all thug style. It wasn't a great big plan. That takes intelligence, and I think Sherlock Holmes hit it here too. I don't believe the frats can pull it off without law enforcement help.
Totally agree with Sherlock Holmes. Yep.
And but to say that I don't know what you're trying. I guess I don't know what you're trying to say. That
what I'm trying to say is that I'm tired of everybody blaming the frats. That is okay. Perfect example. These people, my roommate, I didn't know my roommate. She came from Chicago. I just went in blank and got a roommate. As a freshman.
Blaming the frats for what? Wait a minute. Blaming the frats for what?
For setting things up and doing all this stuff. I don't know if they're doing what they're doing, but what I'm trying to say is that there's other groups and organizations.
Who's smart? Who else is smart enough? Who else is smart enough to do this?
Why do you have to be so smart? Are you saying
Terry? There's no blood. There's no DNA anywhere except for a little piece on an ice sheet. Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole thing that was. There's no way this wasn't planned and planned very well.
So you don't think that a Super Bowl team that wins planned to win a Super Bowl? They didn't go over all the stuff before you
that's not a quadruple red rum.
I'm saying that they have the ability to take a plan from point A to point B.
But you know what? I don't think any football players were involved in this crime. Period.
Okay. And that's fine. That's
You know.
I mean, I'm not trying to argue.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say that there are other organizations that
Well,
aren't.
the problem is all across the United States, the fraternities are killing kids by putting alcohol down their throats and making them
One
do
of
shit
many.
like that.
Can I say
And
something?
that's
One
what
of
the whole
many. I
problem
never
is. And that's
took an
why I
oath
showed
of
that
any
video.
type. Sorry, I don't
Well,
even know what you're talking about when you say
Well,
I took an
that's
oath.
you, and how many years ago was that? Things have changed. They're totally different nowadays.
And like I
And
said,
that's what we
do
need
agree
to
that
drop
things-
what we know.
and I do. I believe things have changed, but one of
It
many.
needs
I
to
never
stop.
took an
It
oath.
needs to stop. It's my opinion that that whole Greek system has to go down.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It needs to be stopped. And it's
and
being showed
destroyed.
all
It
over the
makes me
United
sad
States.
that
All over the United States.
It makes me sad because I have such great memories. But again, I also was in school in 1990. Okay, so
Right.
if that's what needs to be
Long time
done,
ago.
if it's getting out of hand, you're absolutely right. It needs to be
It
taken
is.
down.
It
But are they
needs
going
be
to take?
taken?
But I walked into a poor guy's apartment after a football. He wasn't even a football player, and they go straight. Two football players go straight to his fish tank and start eating his fish. What I'm trying to say is they're bullies. Okay, and no, I did not take an oath. I do not know what an oath is. I never took an oath. I don't know what that would even mean. I mean, I was in the sorority, but I never said I was not going to ever call 911 or do anything like that. I agree.
Sherlock has a good one here. I think the easiest way to put it is multiple groups targeted multiple victims over multiple motives that night. The frats were at least an accessory to it. And I believe that 1,000%. Yeah.
Wow. Yep,
I'm not trying to say that
big.
anybody's right on any of this. I'm embarrassed for our kids, to be quite honest. I think our kids are not. I think our kids need to be sat down and really had a chewing out of what's right and what's wrong, because apparently somebody somehow somewhere missed the ball. And I don't know if it was us, if it was the school system, if it was the peers, but as far as taking down frats and sororities, if that's what needs to be done to make school safer, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, me too.
As sad as it makes me because of my memories, I want safety.
Right.
Safety comes first.
Yeah. And it starts at, I think the kids nowadays are different. They're different. They were raised different than us. These kids were probably playing like Call of Duty when they were 4.
Yeah.
And when
you know what I'm saying?
Right. And when I mentioned
it's
earlier
technology,
that I was
technology.
on technology, I am working something on technology to make it so that maybe we can make it go backwards a little bit, but still make it go forward. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
The social media, the cell phones, there's so much more going on now than when we were younger, And it's just
right.
Kids
My
have
son was
more.
bullied to the point where he finally just had to leave and he got his GED. I mean, it's pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. And you have to look at like the Hudson Lindahl thing, another one that, come on. I mean, the dude didn't drown in 6 inches of water. You know what I'm saying? And that was within 100 feet, around 100 feet from like 1122.
I'm sorry. That was frat.
And
I don't know who it was there, but whoever it was wrong, and it needs to be stopped and it needs to be addressed. And I'm proud of us for doing it.
Well, I think
I took on a trafficking channel for the same reason. I will not stand and watch this happen anymore at all.
Right. Yeah, and I agree.
Good.
And yeah, the trafficking thing is really getting out of hand. I'm gonna, let me see if I can, if something like that still comes up. I need to show you something if this still comes.
I was walking my dog yesterday, and I literally stopped at 2 different houses and was talking to them and kind of mentioned, trafficking and stuff. And they're like, "Oh," all of a sudden they clammed up. They didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, so it just made me want to. It's like,
Well,
don't bury your dog right here.
Well,
okay.
Stop normal people and talk about trafficking while you're walking your dog.
Look at this. Look at this, people. Look at this.
What?
This is on fucking Facebook, people.
From Facebook?
From Facebook.
What the hell?
Facebook.
That's crazy. Anybody can see that.
Show it again.
Out there.
There's younger girls than this. There's younger girls than this.
I just started noticing on Instagram, which I don't follow that much. All of a sudden, there's like this section of young girls. I mean, they're young. This is on Instagram. This is normal for most people. And these girls, I guarantee, are under 18. Mm-hmm. Follow me, do this, do that. And there's just one after another. And I showed my wife. She couldn't believe it. I just saw that yesterday and today. I don't understand, man. What's going on with this world?
Right, Delby. The frats are not the mafia, but the thing is, our whole system has got to change. And
yeah, something's
got to start with us.
Yeah.
Cool. Video.
Now at work, the other day.
Go ahead, Leah.
Go ahead, Leah.
At work the other day, this woman, she had her 2 daughters with her, and the 2 daughters didn't want to, I work in a grocery store. And the 2 daughters didn't want to stay with their mama. They wanted to run off all the time. And they ran off from her. And I said, do you tell them that they can get kidnapped? She said, yes, I've told them that. Well, a little bit later, those 2 girls, I was hoping for some kind of opportunity. Those 2 girls came back down my lane, my aisle, and they weren't with their mother. I said, do you know that when you run off from your mother that somebody can take you out that door faster than your mama can get you, or faster than I can get you, or anybody in the store can get you? Do you want someone to take you out? Do you want someone to kidnap you? And they looked at me and shook their head no. I said, well, you need to go back and stay by your mama. If you don't want to be kidnapped and taken out that door, stay by your mama. Nobody said nothing to me. Nobody said a word.
Right. And they need, everybody needs to be more self-aware of what's going on. I could really get into it, but I just can't go there.
I just think that what we do,
it's going to get worse. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to get worse. You think it's bad now? It's going to get worse.
Yeah, I agree, Tommy.
So yeah,
and if it means I had the best memories from my Greeks background, but you know what? If it's going to make if kids are going to be safer on school, if that's not there, then I'm all for making school as safe as possible.
Right. And that those websites I'm seeing coming up on the shorts in Facebook, they're really bad. They're really bad. I mean, they're really young girls, like 12 years old, and they're in bikinis and they're taking their pants down to show a bikini, and then they're moving like this and shit. And I'm going, what the fuck? This is Facebook. What the hell is this doing on here?
Scare you even more.
This wasn't on here just a couple of years ago. It wasn't on there.
Valletta.
Zuck-
Now it's on there. And
That's Zuckerberg. Who's in charge of Facebook? Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's Meta, right?
Zucker.
Yeah, Meta.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Valletta, and I can't go up any higher. I can't. Whoever was above her said something about 440,000 missing USA children in 2024. Well, guess what? In 2024,
There
we
was
had the
more.
The border was open. Now the border has been tightened up. Guess what? We're going to see more USA children missing because they've lost. They're not follow the money. They're not going to have that money.
They say but you know, they say the borders are more solid or whatever. But is it that, or is it they want more control of the borders so they can do the trafficking?
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think, Tommy. Exactly what you said.
Thank you, Donald.
Trafficking is so big, you know. The money, it's bigger than drugs.
Because
So
you can use it.
you're going to see it get worse. You're going to
That
see
is
it get worse
absolutely
before it gets better.
That is crazy to think that trafficking would be bigger than drugs.
But think about it.
Right.
You can only
It is.
take drugs one time. You can use a person how many times?
Yeah.
Well, I can take drugs more than one
Over
time.
and over and over, and for the rest of their lives, they're you know, they'll never be the same. They'll never be the same.
And
Yeah.
don't tell me it's not going on in colleges today. And I don't know. I mean, and I think it's going on in colleges, you know, with all the organizations, and not even the organizations, just in general. But
Right.
you know, but I didn't mean to start an argument about that. All I wanted to say was that I do want you know, it to be safe, but please don't just blame the sororities and the fraternities on everything that goes on. You know, there's other organizations that haze and that treat people extremely badly. That's all. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. Uh-oh, now Tommy loves me.
I understand. A lot of them go out in the community and work and put on a good face and all, you know.
I'm so proud of you, Leah, for doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've done it more than once. The first time I
Okay,
did
and-
it, the mama got mad at me, and then she came back and apologized and thanked me.
And any mods that are out there, could you please put Rory's channel, the link to Rory's channel out there?
It's surviving the
because it's surviving the truth.
Find
Yeah,
it.
because it needs to get out there more. Because that's going to be it's a that whole trafficking thing. Like I said, I don't even really want to get into it because it'll just it just gets it gets me really pissed off actually.
So do you
But
think
anyway.
the sororities or the frats then, do you think that they did this? Do you think it was a ritual type thing?
Well, it's hard to say. I know what I've seen, but I don't know if that's part of it or not. I know we're going to be digging into the whole thing coming up for that show with Birdie. And we're going to try to get to the bottom of it, so people at least know if it's true or not, or be able to make up their own minds if it is. Is it? Yeah, it could be. It's just so hard. There's so many weird things about this case. There's just so many strange things about this case. And there is a dark element to it. And I think that's exactly Rory's words. There's a dark element to it. And yeah, there definitely could be some kind of ritual thing going on. I mean, someone said out there, all it takes is one crazy kook, right? So let's say there's a crazy freaking kook that's part of the frat, and he starts this ritualistic fucking stupid shit, and things like skin dogs, shit like that. And I mean, there's something going on in Moscow. There's something going on in Moscow that's very dark, and I don't know what it is.
Does it seem like Moscow's darker than, I mean, whatever's going on there is like not normal?
It's not normal. It's not normal.
Yeah.
And the deaths there just since 2022 is crazy. I mean, for that small of a town, and a lot of them are listed as suicides, and it's like, I don't know. Something funny, something isn't right over there, and yeah, people need to dig into it deeper, and what's going on with this case. And I just showed you that car. That's not Brian Kohlberger's car. That's a fucking coupe. It's not a 4-door. It's not Brian Kohlberger's car. So how can they even enter that into evidence? How can they even say that it's Brian Kohlberger driving by there like that? It isn't. So why are they saying it is? It doesn't make sense to me. None of it. And maybe it goes back to the theory that Bertie and I discussed about on that last show. It could very well be that there was an extraction. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this case anymore. I've dove down every rabbit hole there is in this case, I think. You know what I mean? I think my family knows I have too. I've dove down every rabbit hole there is.
It's almost like a hoax. I hate this. That's
it's almost like a hoax. Exactly.
Allegedly. I say that allegedly. I'm just speculating.
Allegedly, yes. Yeah. And again, I want to state that this channel, is speculative, and, we do dive down lots of rabbit holes. But I like to stick to some facts. And one fact I just showed you is isn't that. They said that. And I mean, that shows it pretty easily. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's just a stupid, crazy case, That's all I can say about it.
I agree.
Have you guys watched any good videos lately? I haven't. I've been so I haven't done a lot of stuff here.
Well, I mean, because they're all the same. We don't really have much more, do we?
I've been listening to Annie Potts read the documents. She does, and
show me the picture, Tommy.
Thank God, here.
Show me
I did
the
want to
picture.
show something else.
Okay.
There is something else I wanted to show here, but I'm gonna have to bring it up.
Sherlock, I agree with you on the Sharon Archer thing. Why did they brought that, her name was brought into the picture in the very beginning. I mean, somebody brought that name into the picture. I mean, otherwise, how many of us have seen somebody we thought I bet they look kind of like, but it got brought in to a deeper level, in my opinion. Like, she did know something.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, let's see. Come on.
Put on your camera, Leah.
There we go.
do what?
Put your camera on.
No, I look awful.
Well, look at me for Christ's sake, huh? Yeah, I look great.
Yeah, you have never looked awful. I hate to
Yes.
Really, Lee? Yeah, you've never looked awful.
Okay, so here's
Bubbly
put out a good video here, and it's definitely worth watching. Yes. Idaho 4 proof surveillance cams are colorblind. White is green. And that is a fact.
I didn't see this one. Cool. Fast forward.
Makes you really wonder if all those cameras they have around that house are infrared. There's no way they could even tell it's a white car. I'm sorry. They better have some better footage than that.
Yeah, I agree with you. It didn't look red, but then when it got to the color, it was red, right? That Jeep that dropped off those 4 people.
Oh, when it when it switched into color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy
definitely.
when you guys.
Once you switch into color mode, yeah, you're seeing the you're getting a representation of the color.
Is it cane?
So if somebody said, "Hey, you're looking at a label maker, what color?" To me, I'd have to say grayish.
Yeah, like a dark gray.
Yeah.
With some gray buttons.
What color is this roll of tape?
Gray.
I don't.
White.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, orange.
Boingo.
Right.
Hey, send me that tape.
Wow. Why do you have tape, Jeff?
Oh, I mean, it's gaffer's tape. It's every videographer has to have it for taping down cables.
Why do you have
I actually
tape?
bought some white tape, which is very handy because it makes it great for labels. If you've got Sharpie.
So everybody says white, Jeff. That tape is white, but it's really not white.
Yeah, they better. Guys, I'm gonna be mind blown if they arrest this kid because they thought his car was white driving by cameras like this that night.
Check this one out. This is interesting. What color do you think this little notebook is?
White.
I can't even guess.
Look at that. You can't
green.
Wow.
The lettering is even
keeping it secret
visible in
all
infrared.
along.
Hey, you know that people say there's a green Elantra that lives around that house, right?
Yeah.
Look at what that just did to it.
Yeah, it turned it white.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is insane, isn't it? It's absolutely
But
insane.
the other thing is too, though, keep in mind these little red lights that are on this camera
back
are
out of
very
it, Jeff.
close to the subject that's shooting. The Linda Lane camera and the distance to the car that does the U-turn. I don't see that having that big of an influence. I mean, like pointed out the front of my house, you can see I think it did have an influence out to the street. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's maybe why it's seen on reflective objects, because like the trucks that are parked in front of the light bulb camera place, those license plates are pretty bright. As you go back, the truck that's parked by the dumpster in that same shot, it's not as bright. So the light is only going to travel so far.
Yeah, I actually think it kind of worked.
Who did
It depends
he
on the
talk
shade of
to?
color it is, what the material it's on.
I think he's trying to
there's a
back
lot
out of
things
it.
that could play into this.
I'm only showing.
Hey Jeff, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a pic.
Ooh, there goes that green car.
Anybody know what that is?
It's a speeder from Star Wars, of course.
Got it at a yard sale. This little girl the mother was letting the little girl do the sales, and she didn't even know dollar amounts or anything, but you can see it's marked 50 cents.
But you did.
And so her mom 50 cents. It's like
Take the 50 cents.
Take the dollar.
So he took the change.
But let's see what this stuff.
Better put that extra
Actually, I
50
was
cents in
looking
your
for
college
something
fund,
that's
girl.
reflective.
Oh wow. I just got a.
Look at that, people. Those lights do. If that car was green, it wouldn't show green at all. Just like the white wouldn't show white.
These are Giltzers going over this.
It's awesome. I have to look at these.
Who is it? Who are we
Cable.
watching?
And because I've got this little contraption, the power now runs through this. So it's just one cable instead of two cables. I used to have to.
Oh, that's cool.
That's Blaker, I think.
So this is much easier.
That's Blaker.
I'm trying to imagine how to mount.
Let's take a look at that again. Seeing this? You guys seeing this okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A cat and a piece of poop?
No.
Isn't that what it is?
Just one cable
I'm sorry.
instead of two cables. I used to have to.
Oh, that's cool.
Power.
Oh. The hell are we watching?
A thing spin around and spin around.
Yeah. Seen that all my life. That's my life. Just spinning around, spinning around.
Blake, great question.
Come on, you stupid. Upgrade or whatever.
Little contraption. The power now runs through this. So it's just one cable instead of two cables. I used to have to.
Oh, that's cool.
Put power to here. So this is.
No, I do believe that is Blaker. Oh, maybe it is Fry.
I think it might be Fry.
Wow. Well, I mean, he stopped and talked to somebody. You know, somebody came up to him and talked. They pointed at the house while it was being torn down. But Fry doesn't live in that area, does he?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like him, but that doesn't mean it's him, of course. But the main thing there on that is it shows, you know, the coloring. You're not gonna see that. If it's white, it could be green.
Mm-hmm.
If it looks white, it could be green. It won't be blue, but it could be green.
Is
The
that
way
how
those operate, the way those cameras are.
Okay.
It'll never be blue. The white won't be blue, but it could be green.
Right. That song's coming up, believe me, from what 714 or whatever they're called. 24/7. They're gonna make.
I don't know if it is or not, Mrs. Johnny Knapp. I asked the same question. I guess I got to look it up. I'm thinking it is just a stock factory color, because they're starting to make cars like that. And there's one way to see that. You'd have to do a test right on the car. Yeah, exactly. Where is he? Drive off the grid. Cool filters will reveal if it's green or not. And that's what needs to be done to that footage. If anybody is out there that has cool filters, I'm just to see if that, you know, what it does. Does gray turn to white? It could, I think. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's There's a good video explaining a little. I mean, showing a little bit about how the cameras operate, because they're not very good. They're not very good cameras. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you guys seen tonight that's not in a launcher. I think that's pretty huge, and I think it will be proven in a court of law. I do believe. What do you guys think? You think it's going to be proven?
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Okay. What do you? Let me see what Sherlock. What do you think from that? When I showed you, when I showed each car, does that look like a coupe or sedan? Okay, here I'm going to ask the family something here. If you think it's a coupe, hit 1, and if you think it's a sedan, hit 2.
Coupe's the small one.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1 is a coupe, 2 is a sedan.
Can we do 3 if we don't know?
Yep. 3 you don't know.
Okay. I can't type in here if it's 3. I don't know.
Sherlock, Doc. Yeah. Down the rabbit hole. Yeah.
Yeah, Sherlock thought it was a.
Okay.
Everybody does.
Here yet?
What's her name said 2 door.
In the car, and that's why they're
Yeah,
being
right.
that. You know what? Well, then you know what, Sherlock? If that's the case, the defense should use it, right? if the prosecution isn't going to use it, the defense should use it.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
And they will if the state tries to use it. They'll shut that shit down, I think.
What's that, WB? Show it again, because I saw a square bulletproof glass in the front of the picture. What?
I don't know, but did you read what Simply Solo wrote?
No.
I know Payne would need the wand extended to wash it.
To wash it. Right. Simply. Yeah, you should be getting your CD Simply coming this week. So yeah. Okay.
Bruce
but I don't get WB. What is he saying? WB, what are you saying? I saw a square bulletproof glass in the front of the picture.
How can you see bulletproof glass? How can you possibly see that? And nice picture too, WB. Come on, get him out of here. What's with the picture?
Pretty good, but bent around. It has a front license plate bent around the front of the bumper, around the bottom of bumper. Well, then that definitely is not his car. You know, right, Dolby. Anyway, that's what I got for tonight, guys. I'm about done.
Thank you for letting me get up on my soapbox for a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine,
Terry.
Yeah, well, it's time to crawl down, Jerry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I got a nice new song to play tonight. Hopefully,
By
it
the
doesn't
Quitters?
get bumped up.
Oh, no.
Yay!
No,
I
by-
love listening to your music.
First
Well,
to
yeah.
11 really does a nice job on a lot. I mean, they got so many songs to look through. And I ran across this one. I thought I looked through them all, and then this one popped in on my feed, and it was done a couple of years ago. And it's like, man, that's like one of the most heartfelt songs I know written by a rock band, I think, and one of the main ones when I was growing up. Actually, it was an introductory song that how I found out about that band, which turned out to be a huge band for me.
Which band?
And for many, 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 you'll know as soon as you hear the song.
I hope so.
Oh, you will. You will, brother.
Hey, Tommy,
Well,
check
good
your
to have you
email.
on, brother.
Check your email because I'm going to send you some tunes of some other bands that I found too. So
Okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would love that.
maybe you'll want to play them.
All right. Thanks for being on, brother. And Terry,
Love
thanks
you,
for
man.
being on, girl.
Love
Leah,
you.
thanks for being on. Love you.
Thanks,
Love
Terry.
you all.
Thank you, Leah.
Yep.
I
Love you,
Take care.
Randy and Terry.
Love you guys.
love all four of you.
Yeah.
Love
Thanks,
everyone.
Jack.
Take care.
Great
Yeah.
panel.
Bye. Night.
Okay, so another Mod Monday and a great discussion. And that's what we do here on this channel. We discuss things. But I hope I showed you that this that came from the footage from Dateline, right from Dateline. And as I showed you, it's not Brian's car. It's not his car at all. That's a coupe. It is not a sedan. So again, Dateline came out how long ago, and they came out with the video. That whole video was debunked. And this one is going to get debunked too. All the crap. And I see all the guilters are coming out, oh, and it's like, shut up. It's going to be debunked anyway. So, and who's going to debunk it? Us. All right, you guys all have a great evening, and my subs, I love you all very much, and I thank you for being here. And my mods, you were my soul, and until next time, let me see. Next time, where to go? Did I have to go all the way down? Yes, I did. All right. Until next time, rock and roll.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out our cover of Dream On by Aerosmith featuring Anthony of 10 Second Songs.
Good job, Zach.
Let's do that again.
Nope, that's it. You did it. I mean,
My hands are searching for you. My arms are outstretched towards you. I feel you on my fingertips. My tongue dances behind my lips for you. This fire rising through my being, burning, I'm not used to seeing you. My hands float up above me, and you whisper you love me, and I begin to fade into a secret place. The music makes me sway. The angels singing say we are alone with you. I am alone and they are too with you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching